friends, welcome to today's video. I just want to give you a little bit of motivation. What is minimalism? I think it means something different for everyone. Sometimes I watch videos on YouTube of extreme minimalists and I'm thinking, whoa, I'm so far from that. I don't think I'm even a minimalist. But then I see how my life used to be and how cluttered it used to be. And compared to that, I am so much of a minimalist now. So I just want to talk about what is really important. It's not about the wording. It's not about really having this term that it was coined by someone. And it's a trend, no doubt about it. But let's just talk a little bit about what is truly important in life. I think it all comes down to what is the perfect day for you, what gives you energy, what brings you happiness. I think keeping the things in your life that truly bring you happiness, or even allowing them into your life by taking out other things, decluttering some things out of your life so that you can allow those things that give you energy and joy and happiness into your life, that is really the whole point. And the thing is that we are bombarded by information, we have access to so many, so much information and social media and websites. And I'm very guilty of that nowadays, when I want to know something, I can go immediately to Google and I can look it up. Any information I want, I have instant access to. That is really cool. I love that. But also, it really is very dangerous to me personally because it just causes me so many times to spend time on a screen where, in the past I had to be patient and wait, and I think we have lost that. I had lost that so much, of just being patient and waiting and maybe just taking a book or going to the library and finding some information. Now, don't get me wrong, I am very much into asking Google, but I just think the slower lifestyle is so much healthier. For me personally, what I've come to realize, what are the most memorable moments in my life? And it was never a moment where I was on a screen, ever. The most memorable moments in my life are the ones where I spent time with people I cared about, people I enjoyed, friends and family. The most amazing moments in my life, number one, is when my daughter was born and all the moments that I've spent with her, just being with her, no screens, just spending quality time together, talking, hugging and doing things and crafting and drawing and doing Play-Doh, building something, playing dolls. Those are the most memorable moments. Also with my parents already when I was a kid. I remember the most memorable moments were when I played outside and we built a fort, or we played horse outside and we built a cave in my room, and me and my dad, we went on a boat down a river. Those are the most memorable moments. It was never that I got a TV when I was, I was quite young. I got a TV in my room, or I got some piece of tech. That was never a memorable moment. That's why, recently being on YouTube, and I have my main channel that I make a full-time living off, my job takes place a lot on a screen. I still am a performing artist, but of course this year it's COVID and there has been really nothing going on. And I'm very grateful that I have my online presence where I can make a living, so it has not been that stressful for me this year. Other than, of course, just dealing with everyday life and quarantining and stuff. But I just have to be so careful to not get sucked in. That is the most important thing, and I just want to nudge you a little bit to ask yourself, what are the memorable moments? Let's just say you are on your deathbed one day. What is it that you want to have done? What is it that you want to have experienced? It certainly wouldn't be watching more YouTube videos. I know you're watching one right now. I think it's so awesome that you're watching my video, but I'm just saying, really, it comes down to doing things more intentionally, and that's for me what minimalism really means. It means, what am I allowing into my life? What am I giving space? I mean, that space in my life is so freaking valuable. It is so valuable. I only have a set amount of hours in my life that are given to me. And I only have a very limited capacity in my brain of what I can grasp, what I can just look at, what I can just take into me, and what I can even just understand and, process. And so that, I always call it RAM. It's almost like, my brain is a computer and I have a specific number of like how much RAM do I have, and anything that goes above that, then everything is getting worse. Everything runs slower. I'm overheated and it's not smooth sailing. And that feeling of smooth sailing, which I'm not saying that there couldn't be friction, but I'm just talking about the overload in your brain. We do so much, we all do way too much nowadays. When I think about how humans actually were supposed to live, just the way we were created is to basically focus on getting food. That is very important. And when you look at the animal kingdom also, number one goal in life is just every day to take care of getting enough food for you and for your family. And so in the past, human beings used to spend the day trying to get food, whatever, gathering, hunting, collecting things, and coming up with ways of how to make good food for the family, and then preparing it for hours and hours, like grinding the grain. And it was a lot of work. All the work all day long went into just surviving, right? And that meant being outside a lot, walking around a lot, just really paying attention to nature because we depend on it, otherwise we starve. Like, you have to know when certain fruits and plants are ripe and where to look for them and where they grow and what they need maybe to cultivate them. You have to know, what animals you can maybe keep at home, and maybe you could drink milk, and how to make cheese and what are the processes. You had to know a lot about nature and how just life worked. And now it seems all of that knowledge has gotten lost. We just don't know it anymore. That is one of the reasons why a lot of us are so unhealthy nowadays, is because that amount of stress doesn't mean you're doing a lot, and that physical work isn't really stressful, but that overload of the brain, we are not meant to grasp that many complicated things at once. We have an amazing brain and we are so intelligent. Of course you could argue that, but I'm just saying, we could come up with math and how to fly to other planets. That is crazy. But yet we have lost that knowledge just about ourselves. And that, to me, is what minimalism is all about. Coming back to the roots, to the essentials of what is it that, how was my body made? How was my mind made? And that's why it gives me so much energy. It is so incredibly energizing for me to go for a walk in the forest. I used to always listen to audiobooks, and recently I have stopped listening to audiobooks when I go for my walk in the forest. Just activating my senses, smelling, and really focusing on that, and then listening to all the sounds. The wind this morning, it was so windy, and the trees and how they moved. They swayed in the wind. It was kind of scary to look up there. I thought, any minute a tree's gonna fall over. But how on the top it sways so much, but on the bottom it's so firm. It's just so many miracles out there. And that, to me, it's just there. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to do much to see it. I just open my eyes, and basically I'm just there. I just exist. And there's a lot of miracles around me. It's such a disease. Like, I have that disease too, of always wanting more and better and like changing things. And that is what humans are, like that. But to sit for a moment and to be happy with what we have, I've lost that too. And I'm trying to get back to the roots, if you will, to what is really important, what is really making me happy. Is, are more clothes making me happy? Is, food? Yes, food is actually genuinely making me happy. I'm sorry the sun is coming out and in and out. Food is really making me happy, and it nourishes my body. Just wanted to give you these thoughts today. It doesn't matter what you call yourself, but I think deep down, and that's why you're watching this video, deep down, we all crave for simplicity, for less complicated, for, just something being worth experiencing. Doesn't have to be like a trip to the South Pacific. I've been there, and those were very memorable moments. But I can tell you, equally memorable is the moment when I just go into my yard, I pick some herbs, and I'm gonna have a video about that soon. I pick some herbs and make my own tea and let them dry, and I watch them every day and I smell them. That is so memorable. And it's so simple. It's crazy. I've been to Antarctica and the Arctic and the South Pacific and like all over the world. I've traveled all over the world. I used to be a performing artist on cruise ships and I've seen it all. But equally memorable is just when I sit out in my yard in the evening and I listen to the crickets and the creek that is right behind our house, which is amazing. That is amazing. That to me is a miracle. And so just coming back to this mindset of less, I just away with all that stuff that is so much extra, that makes my life complicated. I think I want it, I think I need it, but in reality, it's not gonna be what I remember. It's not gonna be what makes me happy. So I'm leaving you with these thoughts. This was just a kind of really talky video, but I have decided that in the future I'm not gonna stress. The most important thing for me still is to spend time with my family and to focus on what gives me energy and joy. And my videos are gonna be just about those things that bring me energy and joy. And if I have a phase when I totally enjoy doing cleaning videos, that's what I'm gonna do. But if I'm kind of burned out on filming those, I clean up all the time, but filming them is a lot of work. If you've ever tried that, you'll know it takes so much longer than if you just cleaned. So having the camera on, I wanna be very focused and intentional about when I allow that to invade my private life and when it's intentional and when it's becoming overload. So I hope you got something out of the video. Give the video a thumbs up if you also crave for a more simple life with just simple things that give you joy and energy. Have a most wonderful day. I hope to see you soon. Bye.